Bitter criticism. We are loaded with news, and the best thing is we have news from two of our. We have news from our two best analysts. Bradley Blankenship looks like disappeared again now. No, he's just working. He's just analyzing his possibilities with as Biden's spokesperson. No, just kidding, Bradley. But last article, last Bradley Blankenship, last article, it was too bitter, even for me. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love it. I love the last article because, but Bradley Blankenship as an American citizen, he's always trying to balance himself. It's a pretty hard situation for an American citizen not to criticize bitterly the United States of America, because it's not just their own country, but it's the most powerful. They're still the most powerful and violent country in the world. So whatever you may say about America, even like myself right here, they will say, no, this guy is a terrorist. I'm not a terrorist. I'm just a Latin guy, a poor Latin guy. Remember what America did with us, did against us. We are full of Nike more up tempo sneakers, but that is not enough. People love Nike more up tempo. Oh, people love it. That is a success around here. Full success. But anyway, we have a Timur Fomenko political analyst article. Great thing. And it's being kind of cold. I get the wrong outlet. My outfit is wrong. I'm getting cold here. But anyway, so April 18, today is 19, this is from yesterday. Home World News. China wants to literally dig its way around geopolitical challenges. Dig its way around geopolitical challenges. A Beijing-founded shipping canal will reduce regional reliance on Vietnam. A Beijing-founded shipping canal. I have zero idea what is Beijing. I don't remember Beijing's geography. I have zero idea what they are talking about, what Timur is talking about, because I thought Beijing was just a shore, a offshore. That's it. But looks like I just gonna read, Just waiting the noisy truck go to hell. A Beijing-funded shipping canal will reduce regional reliance on Vietnam, a fellow communist state and traditional rival. By Timur Fomenko, geopolitical analyst. I received an answer from some Russia master degree program. It was all about Asia studies. So yeah, I'm happy about that answer. I definitely will take a flight to Russia to study if I have a scholarship, if I have money, That's my only question. And I will die for you, Russian beautiful ladies like Anna Kurnikova, Maria Sharapova, and the last one is Alla Bruletova. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of beautiful beautiful Russian girls. Anyway, China wants to literally dig its way around geopolitical challenges. China's President Xi Jinping, Greg Baker, AFP photograph. China and Vietnam, two communist neighbors with a shared revolutionary heritage, exist in a state of strategic unease. They are not enemies and have significant trade connections, but neither are they friends. They are not friends. Well, just keep reading. This is because Vietnamese nationalism views Beijing with a suspicion that is historically rooted, with a legacy of seeking to sustain its independence against the Chinese dynasties of old. As China has risen again, this sentiment in Hanoi has increased, especially with the Sino-Vietnamese War of 1978 and overlapping territorial claims in the South China Sea, known to Vietnamese as the East Sea. So yeah, there's a video on this channel, the Caspian Report on YouTube. They explain very beautiful, with very beautiful graphics, the whole question of geopolitical issues, just like for example the South China Sea. So there's like 5 whole countries disputing the South China Sea. There will be a war over there. Maybe. It was people say, you know. I have zero idea actually. I don't want to make war. Not really, you know. I just wanna raise kids, dogs, maybe cats. That's it. Similarly, China is wary of the idea of Vietnam potentially aligning with a foreign power as part of a containment coalition against it itself, an instigator of conflict. Although the two countries are not currently in a state of hostility and have worked to improve bilateral relations, amid these strong points of contention, this mutual suspicion persists, which leads to them continuing to edge against one another subtly, even as they cooperate on some projects in an unspoken competition. For example, one may note Vietnam recently forming parallel strategic partnerships with the US, Australia and Japan, moves which are unthinkable decades ago. As Vietnam hedges its bets, China is also broadening its strategic options beyond the South China Sea. Sea controversy. Beijing is making efforts to who. This is a word I don't know. WOO. To who? To Southeast Asian countries which traditionally have been reliant on and influenced by Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia, owning to the reality of geography. Vietnam has had upper hand against these countries, as it effectively wraps itself around the east coastline of Southeast Asia. This renders Laos landlocked, while Cambodia has only a small portion of coastline. Well, that's the conflict. That's what you will understand better in the Caspian Report, I guess. But you know, the Caspian Report is like liberal. They are like globalism. this guy Shirvan, I guess he's globalist, but it's a whole team. It's not just Shirvan. I guess I don't know. Have no idea. But it's a beautiful graphic channel. Not pornography. It's not porn. It's just maps graphics. You know, geography graphics. Anyway. For example, one may note Vietnam recently formed a small portion of coastline. This means that for most intents and pursuits, Vietnam has been the two countries' primary route of supply and access point to the sea. Both have resented being dominated by Vietnam. And as a result, there has been a decades-long struggle for influence between Beijing and Hanoi over them, including Beijing's support in the 1970s for the Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia. However, as China has ascended, the balance of power soon turned in its own favor, as it has unlocked game-changing resources and projects that are now rewriting the geographical limitations of this region via the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. As part of the BRI, China first gave landlocked Laos a new lifeline by building the China-Laos Railway. That's been polemic, I guess. I hope Mursi is not going to get killed by the Akita now. I guess the Akita just gone. There was an Akita here, and these dogs they face the Akita. They faces about 2 meters the Akita. Well, Mursi, there's go Mursi. Yeah, it's not going to fight the Akita. What a beautiful female dog. Beautiful baby. And now she's coming to play. Look. Oh, I'm sorry, Timur Fomenko, but we have to show beauty here too. Who knows if you're beautiful, Timur? You must show up. Why don't you show up? I'm not sure if I am showing up. I guess there is. Well, Mursi just gone. Can you see? Look, Mursi is just way far away from the studio. Mursi just escaped. Mursi escaped, but she's fine. Well, I will release Milu too. No. I thought Milu was going to fight the Akitas, but here he goes. There he goes. Well, they do that all the time. It's like their territory. Well, Tommy's here. Tommy is a violent dog, so that's why he's a prisoner. I'm not talking about geopolitics. I'm not talking about Russian geopolitics. Anyway, we have to run now. As Vietnam ages its bets, China is also broadening its strategic options. Beyond the South China Sea controversy, Beijing is making efforts to woo two Southeast Asian countries which traditionally have been reliant on and influenced by Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia. Owing to the reality of geography, Vietnam has had the upper hand against these countries as it effectively wraps itself around the east coastline of Southeast Asia. This renders Laos landlocked while Cambodia has only a small portion of coastline. This means that for most intents and purposes, Vietnam has been the two countries' primary route of supply and access point to the sea. For sure. Both have resented being dominated by Vietnam, and as a result, there has been a decades-long struggle for influence between Beijing and Hanoi over them, including Beijing's support in 1970s for the Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia. However, as China has ascended, the balance of power soon turned in its own favor, as it has unlocked game-changing resources and projects that are now rewriting the geographical limitations of this region via the Belt and Road Initiative BRI. As part of the BRI's China force gave landlocked Laos a new lifeline by building the China-Laos Railway. Opened in 2021, this high-speed and commercial freight route and accompanying expressway connects Laotian capital Vientiane with China, meaning the country no longer just rely on Vietnam to access ports. This has allowed Laos not only export goods to China but also to become an intermediary between China and Thailand, with more railways to form a complete route between Beijing and Bangkok underway. I miss myself. I lost myself. Geography in I found myself. The China-Laos. Just 1 second. The China-Laos Railway is a strategic game changer, but more important than that is the new Techno-Funan Canal in Cambodia, which I really don't know what about this. This canal is a China-founded and contracted mega waterway that will span over 110 miles, 180 kilometers from Mekong River at Phnom Penh to the sea, with construction set to start with this year. By building this canal, Cambodia now gets to bypass the Mekong Delta, which is in Vietnamese territory, and subsequently transforms its capital city into a direct port. This canal strengthens China-backed Cambodia and deals a strategic blow to Vietnam, weakening its hold over its neighbor. Cambodia is thus transformed from a historical subordinate to Hanoi into a commercial competitor. It is no surprise that the Techno-Funan Canal has attracted Vietnamese fears and opposition. When all of this is viewed together, China is effectively strengthening Laos and Cambodia at the expense of Vietnam. This is also part of Beijing's strategy of using the Belt and Road Initiative to integrate the interior of the continent and establish trade routes which bypass the contested waters of the South China Sea, which the US and its allies are militarizing. So how is Hanoi reacting to these developments? The answer is, bizarrely enough, by integrating itself with China further in order to further compete with trade from China. As the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. On April 11, Vietnam announced it will be starting work on two high-speed railway links, which will connect its northern cities with Hunan and Guangxi provinces in China. Why? So that Vietnam can continue to promote itself as the nearest and primary overseas destination for Chinese companies, suppliers and goods, so that it itself can be next industrial powerhouse. Thus, to continue to hold an advantage and ensure China's reliance on what? On V. I lost this. On V. On Vietnam. Latch on to China's success and therefore ensure that outbound Chinese commerce into Southeast Asian ports, and it's going to be siphoned away by that emerging in Cambodia. Either way, that is what this shows is that the competition between Beijing and Hanoi is a complex and intermingled one, but far from a hostile. The two nations have differing and conflicting objectives, but also many complementary ones, for which it benefits them both to maintain a cordial status quo. Hanoi fears China's presence emerging all around it, including peeling away its neighbors, which leads it to turn back to the old enemy, the US. Though at the same time it is forced to admit Beijing can't be ignored, and that it continues to derive benefits by being in China's game. Vietnam has to dine on the table while ensuring it is not the menu. The statements, views, and opinions expressed in this column, etc. So yeah, a regular. Maybe this is not the best article from Timur Fomenko, but it's great, I guess. At some point, all his articles, it has a unparalleled consistency, you know. Like at some point he go deep explaining things. I just guess. To be the biggest powerhouse is not that important, I guess. I don't know. But definitely, even if I don't support liberalism and the market, even if I don't support market, I guess market will guarantee the peace in the region, you know. If Vietnam makes deals, if Vietnam deals with the United States and Australia and so on, there will be peace, I guess. There will be trade, you know, and trade will not allow war. I guess that's it. There will be no trade with war. So the dogs are over there. Anyway, crazy dogs. I'm just gonna read Pepe Escobar article right away. I'm going to try to I'm going to try to find Pepe Escobar article, but this is tricky because it's kind of lost in the file. I'm taking news from Al Jazeera also now, but right now I'm going to read Pepe Escobar. I'm not sure where it is. Just a little second. Just one more second. Maybe it's this article, but it's about Israel. I don't care much. Pepe Escobar, yeah. Iran's new equation reaches way beyond West Asia. What Iran is trying to do. This is from yesterday. I guess it's 18. No, this is 17. April 17. An Iranian military truck carries missiles past a portrait of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei during a parade on the occasion of the country's annual Army Day on April 18. Yesterday, yeah, I guess. Oh no, this is from 2018 in Tehran. Sputnik International. This is from 2 days ago, yeah. April 17. Look. A Holy of the Holies was shattered in the Holy Land as Iran staged a quite measured, heavily choreographed response to the Israeli terror attack against its consulate ambassador residence in Damascus, Syria. A de facto evisceration of the Vienna Convention on diplomatic immunity. This game changer will directly interfere on how the Anglo-American system manages its simultaneous conflagration with Russia, China and Iran, three top BRICS members. The key problem is escalation. Are already built in, and will be hard to remove. The total cancel war against Russia, the genocide in Gaza, with its explicit policy masterfully decoded by Prof. Michael Hudson, and the decoupling shaping the terrain against China won't simply vanish, as all communication bridges with the global majority keep being tortured. Global majority, woo! Sounds great. What we want? Global majority. We want bread. Yeah, bread, land and peace. Woo! Yet, the Iranian message indeed established a new equation as Tehran christened it, and prefigures many other surprises to come from West Asia. Iran wanted to and did send a clear message. New equation. If the biblical psychopathic entity keeps attacking Iran interests from henceforth, it will be the counterattack inside Israel. All that is in a matter of seconds, as the Security Council in Tehran has already cleared all the procedures. Escalation, though, seems inevitable. Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak Netanyahu is influenced by his fundamentalistic political partners to go into an escalation so he can hold onto power and accelerate the coming of the Messiah. Compare it to Iranian President Raisi, the smallest act against Tehran's interests will be met with a massive, extensive, and painful response against all these operations. Yeah. Well, so emphatic. Pepe Escobar is emphatic. Yeah. Maybe you should be less emphatic, Pepe. I'm sorry. I'm kind of tired. I lost myself. Iran wanted to and did send clear message, new equation. If the biblical psychopathic entity keeps attacking the Iranian interest. Oh no, I guess I wrote that, I read that. Luna! Shut up, bitch! And that was Luna. An athlete. Such a pain in the ass, an athlete. Athlete people, such a pain in the ass. Anyway, so let's try to keep reading the article. It's not against you, Pepe, it's just me. I'm tired, my back is hurting. I don't know what to do with my life, you know. Oh, look, there's a huge bird here, look. Do you saw that? Huge bird. It's not a condor, it's like a urubu, but it's a jote actually, jote. It came so close, isn't it? But there are other one. Is a white one. Is a more beautiful one. I really miss myself here. Lost myself. Escalation thought seems inevitable. I'm lost here. I'm just gonna jump to the next paragraph. Goodbye to your invincible defense maze. For Tehran regulating the intensity of the clash in West Asia between Israel and the axis of resistance, while simultaneously establishing strategic deterrence to replace strategic patience, was a matter of launching a triple wave. A drone swarm opening the path for cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. Can you see? Luna just understood what I said when I did this to her. She just shut up. Well done, Luna. Oh, this is pretty mixed up because we have Cyrillic headlines. For Tehran, the performance of the much vaunted Iron Dome Arrow 3 and David's Slide, aided by F-35 fighters jets and the US and the UK Naval Force, was not exactly stellar. There's no video of the outer layer Arrow 3 system shooting down anything in space. But you know, I don't like much about war because I know that F-35 is a jet, I guess, is an aircraft, but that's it. I don't care. Look, I just jumped to the bottom. Additionally, later this week, Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Bagheri Kani, who said Iran will respond within seconds to any new Israeli attack, visits Moscow for the conference of non-proliferation and will also meet with the top echelons of the Russian Foreign Ministry. It's quite remarkable that Iran. Luna. It's quite remarkable that Iran managed to establish the new equation without distributing its own pivot to Eurasia after the collapse of the 2015 nuclear deal, while protecting the complex framework engaged in the defense of Palestine. The hegemon's options are dire. They run from being eventually expelled from West Asia and the Persian Gulf to an unwinnable existential clash against the three civilization states: Russia, China, Iran. That's what's left as the number of feasible scenario is a carefully calculated retreat to an easily controlled backyard, Latin America, especially South America, manipulating new convenient sovereign the private assets, Argentina, and of course maintaining control over deindustrialized and sovereignty the private Europe. That does not change the fact that US power projection on the wane globally is the way the wind is blowing. The Straussian neocon psychodementia is unsustainable. The question is whether they can be progressively purged from the US power structure before the attempt to plunge the global majority into their irrational depths of doom. Beauty dogs. Shut up, dogs. Additionally, I just lost myself. That does not change the fact that US power projection on the wane globally is the way the wind is blowing. The Trojan neocon psychodementia is unsustainable. The question, Luna, venga aquí, venga. Luna, ven aquí. Luna. I just broke up with Luna. But I like Luna, you know. I just can't play with her and stop reading my article. That does not change the fact that US power projection. Mursi! There are some boys over there. but it's nothing, I guess. Well, Milu is so small, you know. You know, I'm done. Milu! Yeah, Pepe, I'm sorry. Tommy! Tommy! Cállate! Cállate! Tommy! I will try to finish the last sentence. By contrast, on the global majority front, over 40 nations want to join BRICS and counting, according to the head of the Russian Council Committee on International Affairs, Grigory Karasin. After a meeting of the chairman of the International Affairs Committees of BRICS parliaments last week in Moscow, Karasin noted how many BRICS members nations understand that they should not rush to create a rigid charter, seeing how counterproductive and even provocative the European Union is acting. The name of the game is flexibility. Outside Crook was touched on a key theme that runs through my new book, Eurasia versus NATO Stand. Anyway, so I'm I'll tell the truth. I'm in love. You know, I'm in love of two beautiful Chilean brunette women. I'm so crazy about them. You know, so I can do nothing. I'm a big mess. I cannot read fast. And you know, the boys over there, they were boys with a skate, but they should not skate over here, you know. No way. No, right there, there's too dangerous to skate over there, you know. Oh, I missed the yoga banner. There were kind of three boys with a skateboards coming here, but here, and they went away of they saw the dogs and escaped from me, Lou. Me, Lou, you escaped. Oh, I missed the words. I forgot the word. And that's time for Tommy. Yeah, time for release Tommy. Tommy, don't kill the visits, Tommy. Hi, Tommy. Tommy. Hi, Tommy. So yeah, I'm in love with two girls. Girls. I could be her father, but I guess I'm not pedophile. I guess because those girls, one it has kids right now. Like she's young, like she's kind of 20 years old, but already have a baby boy or girl. I don't know. And yeah, I'm in love with Chilean babies. I guess that's normal, you know. If you go any country, even Chile, I would say even Chile, because women here they are not the most beautiful in the world. But these women I like, they are super beautiful. Well, there was one that disappeared because I'm not sure. I guess it's not because of me. I guess, of course, I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess that one. But you know, I didn't like much that one because she was not so athletic. She was not so fit, and it was too white, in my opinion. I like tanned girls, like those over there. Look, what a tanned beautiful baby.